All right, Scary Alvarez is back, everyone. And this almost turned into a Friday night dance party with Brady Collins. Uh, hey, man, and anytime you want to rush into that, feel free to get going. Um, anyway, this is Scary Alvarez podcast, the appropriately named Scary Alvarez podcast, episode 3. Um, we are here tonight with Brady Collins, the director of strength and conditioning for the Wisconsin football program. Very excited to have you on board. As excited, probably not as excited as you are to be here in the presence of the dawn, but it's still pretty cool. But as you know, I'm Scary Alvarez, the king of Wisconsin Badger Twitter, a wine island enjoyer, sherry wine destroyer, Jake's grandpa, and Cindy's plus one when she'll have me. So thanks for jumping on with me. Appreciate it.
No, it's a tremendous honor. I mean, pretty sure you were one of the first follows that I had when I got up here to Madison. So to be on with you right now in the presence of the Don, it's very flattering, and I'm honored to be here.
Well, I appreciate that, and you're still following me, so I presume from that you're not a big fan of PJ Flex. Um, fair to say that won't be the last time we're going to hear that name tonight. Um, well, let's get ripped and right into the questions here. I have to believe I'm the very first podcast of the Wisconsin Badger podcast to have discovered you. Right, this is your first one you've ever done. Is that right?
I believe it might be. I've done a couple, but not to the stature of the standards that you have set. So this is big time right here.
This is your first Scary Alvarez podcast, though. We can establish that.
Yes,
That's fantastic. And definitely speak up a little bit. I have a very booming Spanish baritone, and sometimes when you're in, I see you're in the fun room there. Did you move into when you moved into your place in Madison? Did the room look like it does right now, or is that some decorating you did?
No, this is definitely some decoration that just recently happened. We moved into our house, and we had a weight room that was already in the house, and so set it up for the wife to do her stuff, anything that I need to do if I'm not doing it at work, obviously, and started putting some of the old stuff up. And as you can see, you got a bunch of the helmets behind me here and some old memorabilia and all that kind of stuff. But can't wait to add to it and make a bigger room here with the things that we got coming here in Wisconsin.
Absolutely, it's going to be great. We're just getting started. I'm going to cook some fun this fall. So, describe what the director of strength and conditioning does to a grade school kid who might want to be one when they grow up. I mean, kind of walk me through, what your day looks like and that sort of thing, just to kind of give the fans an idea of what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm still kind of just crazy. I still get up at 4 a.m. every day. Get into the office about 4:30. It's kind of like
I just did a spit take, by the way, of sherry wine. So I was waiting a little bit for you there. I might have had a little more sherry before I went on than I normally do. So just bear with me here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but please continue.
It's all good. You got to keep it flowing.
You know it.
Get into the office about 4:30. Just have my little me time, kind of prep for the day. Whatever we got going on, and then train the guys if it's the off season, or even if it's the in season. I still like to get in early. And, train the boys, take care of everything that we got to do, talk with coach, talk with any other coaches, make sure we're good for the next day, and then, get out of there whenever the day is done and, get back to your family. And, I mean, it's kind of the way we roll, whether we had 6 a.m. workouts or 7 or 8 a.m. It doesn't really matter. I'm still in there early and just ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. Sounds great. Do you lift the weights for your entire family? Or are there other lifters? You have some kids apparently, a son and a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Are they big into lifting? Like, what do they squat?
They do. I think my 7-year-old daughter, she's up to about 250 right now, and then the 4-year-old, he's up to about 185. So he's pushing the weight right now. She's in advanced gymnastics, so she's extremely competitive, extremely athletic, and she's into the training and all that kind of stuff. I actually, she got to train some of the freshmen for a couple of days one day, just kind of do a little warm up with them, which was fun. But I would say maybe the wife still takes the cake of the best squatter in the house because she can still squat ass to grass and doesn't matter the weight, she makes it look good.
I feel like I'm not touching that. But I know what you do for a living, buddy. I'm not gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I appreciate this. That you were testing me there. Um, which is your favorite, strength or conditioning?
You know what I think the way we do things, a lot of the things that we do in the weight room, they translate to the field. So I always say, guys want to be faster, they want to be, more explosive, all that stuff. Well, it starts with being stronger. So I think all that stuff starts in the weight room, and then it translates onto the field. And that's the kind of basis that we do things is we build lean mass on our young men, and then that translates to the field.
Yeah, I think I know the answer to this. I've been doing some talking, but did you see when you're bringing these kids in since you've been here? Can you see it? Could you see it in their eyes initially that things are being done differently now in the
Yeah,
weight room?
I mean, yeah, 100%. Again, to each their own. Everybody's got their own philosophies and way of doing things, and not saying what was done before was wrong by any means, but I just firmly believe in the way that we do things, and we have a track record that proves that it works, and we pride ourselves on development of a football student athlete, not just weightlifters. So again, I think. The kids had open hearts, open minds, and once they saw the benefits start to take over, and they saw the consistency from myself and my staff, that's when things really started going, and it's been awesome ever since January.
Love it, love it. This this is something I think you and I we have a little bit of a bone to pick, but you recently had the squat fest. We're not gonna go ad nauseum about this. I know it's been covered by a lot of people. That's fine. I do things a little differently here. But as you know, Brady, I was there and I let things off and did a 900-pound squat, and I'm still a little bit brassed off that Wisconsin's social media didn't mention that the Dawn had the highest squat of the day for anyone. What was the thinking behind that?
I don't know. You'd have to probably reach out to them. I think they were going for the media clicks. The guy that's got the most followers, or the guy that might be a high draft pick or something like that. They kind of want to pump those guys over. Just your standard grinder, such as yourself. The guy that's in the shadows doing everything right and grinding every single day. But don't think that we didn't notice it. Don't think that it goes unnoticed by anybody else. We know what you're all about, and we appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a great answer. That's a double jeopardy answer. And just so you know, I mean, of course, you know about my college career at Nebraska. I did research this recently. There've been some weird things with NIL and with the COVID eligibility rule. I do unfortunately not have any additional eligibility. So, I understand the linebacking room is looking pretty stacked for the Badgers. I know that you guys are filling the covers just fine there, but you're gonna have to do without the Dawn this year. That's okay. You guys, I think Fickell's planning for that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we could see if there's a sixth, seventh year, medical COVID year kind of waiver thing. I mean, it's a lot of that going on right now, but if not, we could always use you behind the scenes. That's for sure.
I'm going to need a 59th year waiver. Is that something you think you can roll out for the Dawn? It's fine. It's like I get on the phone and talk to the commissioner of the conference. No big deal.
No
I
big deal.
on my BlackBerry.
That's right. There you go.
So, if there were a Big Ten squad fest, okay, so not just the Badgers, but it went conference wide, and I'm not trying to make you play favorites, except that's exactly what I'm doing. What three dudes from the Badgers would you take with you?
Oh man.
What isn't it?
I'm gonna take Jake Chaney. I'm gonna take Braylon Allen, and I'm gonna take. Whew, it's tough. I might take Chin DK with me.
Okay, get a little bit of receiver action in the room. So he's I presume his squad has improved from 22 to 23. Is that a fair guess?
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, again, rightfully so. I don't really know what they did the previous years, or all that kind of stuff. I just know, since we've gotten here, the guy's put on almost 20 pounds of lean mass. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. His leadership, his work ethic is just through the roof. And he's a guy that I want to go to battle with every single day, no matter what the circumstances.
Absolutely. When I play flag football and touch in the backyard, sometimes with Jake and Thanksgiving and stuff, I sometimes say I'm Shimmery DK. Like we pretend to be other players. Don't tell him that. I'm sure he's going to be watching. Of course he will.
We won't tell him. We won't tell him.
Yeah, absolutely. So who bench presses more, you or Fickell?
I'll give the cred to me, but I'm kind of in the same boat as him, where we're not trying to bench like what we used to back in the day. We're both getting a little bit older and got different things that we need to accustom to and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'll take the one on that. I could probably bench more, but that's not saying anything because nobody really ever cares what you bench, and that's coming from the head strength coach.
Well, Brady, I just want you to know that no one else cares that I do. So here's a hypothetical. Upper body day and leg day are both in a burning house, so you can only save one. Which do you save?
Oh man, you're gonna have to save the lower body day.
Leg day. Okay, that's and I think a lot of ex-athletic director coaches parody accounts might have thought you'd be going with a different answer. So I don't care what they say, Brady. You continue to surprise me.
I like
all the time we've been together.
On their toes,
Absolutely. And you said something about a boat or rowing a boat and stuff. Yeah, that's foreshadowing to some of the things I'm going to ask you here in a few minutes. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, getting back, I did some research. One of my unpaid graduate assistants did some research. His name is Joe Ferguson. You apparently have a son named Crew. Is that the correct name?
Yeah. My little guy is Crew. Yeah, just turned 4.
Okay. You were living in Ohio, and Ohio has an MLS team called the Columbus Crew. Is there? I don't want to be cute here. I mean, I am cute, but tell the Dawn how that happened. Do you have a favorite player on the Crew that you just sort of thought, hey, let's do this?
Yeah, no, definitely not. It was
it J Crew?
No, it was just it was going to be Bo, and when the wife and I were talking about it, she wanted to spell it Beau, like Bew, and I was like, no, he's got to be Bo, like Bo, like Bo Jackson, and she was like, well, everybody's going to call him like Bo, like body odor, and I was like, well, everybody called me Brady Bunch growing up, so it's okay, and Crew was the other name that she had, and we ended up with Crew, and it's badass.
It is unquestionably a badass name. I mean, there was I'm. You said he's how old? 4 years old.
4 years old. Yep.
He could probably kick the average Buckeye's ass. But I'm not gonna hold on. We're gonna get there too.
100%.
That's great. And by the way, it's I know some people down in Texas, and the name Crew. I feel like if I just yelled that loudly somewhere outdoors in Texas, in 9 months there'd be about 25,000 kids named Crew in Texas, and one of them would be a Longhorns quarterback in 18 years. But
with a mullet.
Oh, absolutely. So there's a new performance drink you might be familiar with called Sherry Wine. What's your favorite brand of sherry before you work out?
Whew, man, that's tough. I don't think I can even say I have a favorite. I prefer them all.
Really, even
anyone that they hydrate the body. They prep the mind and the heart. I mean, we know how benefits of red wine is to the heart. So I don't have a favorite. I can't put my finger on just one. It's so delicious.
That's fine. I'm just giving you a warning. You don't want Iowa City sherry. You don't want Champaign, Illinois sherry. No. And for the love of God, if someone tries to give you some East Lansing sherry, you don't have to run, but walk the other way, because that is some nasty stuff. That's like antifreeze. You don't want to deal with that stuff. Stick with the Spanish stuff. The Dawn will hook you up. Just DM me at some point.
I would appreciate
that. You've been here in town in Madison for about 9 months. Tell me some of your favorite things about Madison.
I mean, just one. I love the people. I love the city. I love the community. I love where we live up here in Wanakee. I love the food. Oh yeah, I love the food. Cheese curds and spotted cows left and right. I love it. But I love the college town feel. It's everything that you want when you're working at a school such as this with this prestigious background that it has and all that comes with it. But it's just everybody's pulling for the Badgers. Everybody's all in on them, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
That's a great answer, and I mean, I'll show my cards here. I mean, I'm a huge Wisconsin fan. Of course, I didn't start there, but I've just grown to absolutely love it, and it's just one of those kind of. It's not so much a hidden gem anymore. I mean, it's not a lot of those best city lists, but it's got something special. Now, when it's 2 below, and let's say you're walking up the hill near Liz Waters during college, as I know some people have done, and the wind's going 30 miles per hour in your face. You wonder if maybe Gainesville might have been a better choice, but that spring hits and the ice thaws, and suddenly the Union's open again, and everything is copacetic. So yeah, it's a great city, and I would say it's a good. I'm very glad that the prime recruiting time is May and June because those are about the best it could be. They're not November and December. I think that would be a terrible grave error. Um, do you have a favorite strength apparatus?
Uh, I mean, the squat is the end all be all. I think that's probably my favorite. I love straight bar deadlift. That's as juicy as it gets. But as far as apparatus is concerned, we have a plethora of machines and alternative, things that we can do within the room. But yeah, the squat and the deadlift, they take key for everything for me.
We're big, and I'm not sure if they still have it in there. I haven't been down the weight room for a while, but I did spring for a thigh master and a Bowflex a few
Oh
years
yeah.
back. Are those still there?
We actually got rid of the Bowflexes and we got some of the Chuck Norris total gyms in. You
Oh, that's
know,
that's wonderful.
yeah, I'm kind of more of a Chuck Norris kind of guy, and so we got a couple of those in, and we tend to shred the boys on the Chuck Norris Total Gym at least 3 times a week.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful. That's wonderful.
yeah,
Remember the
yeah,
downtime. Remember the downtime. You got to have that recovery. Gary Anderson, a former Wisconsin coach that some people remember, some people don't remember. He bought a bunch of shake weights for the.
yeah,
I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but and it just didn't really take with the kids. They're a little past that age maybe,
yeah.
and yeah, we just kind of cleared house before Chris came in, and so if you ever see a shake weight again in there, let me know. I don't want that befouling the wonderful weight room that you have going there.
No, no doubt. I mean, I feel like we found a box of those in the back storage room. When I first got here, and there's a couple dust and residue on there, but they're still back there. So we'll make sure we hit you up in case you need those.
Yeah, there was once one missing, and I heard it was Bielema had snuck in and he took it. He thought it was a case of Funyuns. So unfortunately, it didn't go so well for him. What Let me ask you this. This is everyone's wondering this. Is it fun to finally be the best college football team in your own state?
Yes, yes, it is.
It's good, isn't it? Now
It is.
Wisconsin has a few D3 teams. Whitewater is a good one, and some of those
Oh
other
yeah,
ones. But
yeah.
I do know when you were at Cincinnati, playing in the shadow of Ohio State must have been tricky. But I did some digging. My interns did, and found out that you were a member of a number of different Ohio State football staffs in your time. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. I was, I started my career there as a intern back in 2009, working with Olympic side. Got a little bit of taste of football, and then obviously was an assistant there in 2015 and 16.
Do you have any plays that you remember that you were able to pass on to the other coaches?
Any plays?
And the Ohio State plays, yeah, we're going to be playing them this year. So I'm not
Oh,
I'm not saying that Ryan Day has changed the offense up a little bit there, But I
Yes.
mean, maybe Urban had a couple of tricky ones he wanted to save. He seemed to do pretty well
He
against
did.
Wisconsin. So
He did. He had a secret notebook that he always deemed to an assistant strength coach to kind of hold. And needless to say, I don't think anybody knows this, but I've kept it for the past couple of years. So you know, we'll keep that under wraps. But yeah, we get. Well, I'm sure we'll have a couple things up our sleeves for that game.
oh, that's great. Just between the two of us. This is
Yes,
not for
yeah,
anyone.
just between
Is
us.
is is Urban as charming in person as he seems like otherwise?
He is. He is. He's a great dude. He's fun to hang out with, and yeah, he is.
Good stuff. Um, so you're obviously I know you're a Badger now. You're a Madison guy. Um, you're an Ohio guy though, as we just touched on. And so what can you tell my Wisconsin Badger audience now that will reassure them that you've pledged the rest of your natural life to the Wisconsin Badgers?
Oh man.
And also your kids' loyalty as well.
No
Make them
doubt. I mean,
believe.
I'll say this. I think my kid's loyalty was pledged from day one. I mean, the little guy was all jacked up, and my daughter, she's all in, and that's probably what I'm more blessed with is a family that's so supportive, and whatever the logo is, they're all about it, and they were beyond blessed and jacked and excited to come up here to Madison, and so that's been awesome. But no, I mean. I'm Badger through and through, man. I mean, it's an honor. It's a privilege to serve these young men, to serve this university, to continue on and enhance uh, the culture that has been built here. And I just can't wait for the things to come that are going to be coming in these next couple of years for all the fans of Badger Nation.
It's going to be fun. And I have a trick, not a trick question, but a quiz. Who built that culture that you're talking about? Who's sort of some say the godfather of that culture at Wisconsin? Do you have any guesses?
They always talk about this guy. He's about 5'9". Loves cherry wine. I think he squats 700 to 900 pounds, something like that. There's no visual evidence of it, but and I think there was also a tale of he beat a grizzly bear in a hand-to-hand combat fight. So, but I
Rest
think that
rest in
guy,
peace to that bear. Rest in peace
yeah,
to that bear.
yeah.
Never forget.
But
Yeah.
that guy, we don't have to name names, but I believe he's the one that said it all.
We definitely don't have to name my name. What I can say, 5'9", thinking more like maybe 6'1", but I quibble. I quibble. Oh, well, let's dovetail. Who's your favorite football coach in NCAA history?
In NCAA history.
Yeah.
Well, I just got to go with my guy, Coach Fickell. Sorry, can't do it, but just he's the
Well,
best.
I see where your loyalty lies. We'll see if that comes back. See if that comes back to bite you. Uh, Pat Fitzgerald. That's not a question. I just want to see if you're sweating as much as every other guest I have when I say that name. Rest in
No,
peace, Pat.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's awful. That's awful.
it's okay. There's a gag order. Um, okay, This is something I'll get you out of here pretty quick here. I know it's a Friday night, and partying with me is pretty cool, but you got to hit the disco or something. I'm not sure what you're doing. I'm trying to think of what those clubs are that are open down there. Wally Gators, is that still open in Madison? Um, it's going to play a word association game. So you're going to tell me the first thing. I don't care how crazy it is. The first thing that comes to your mind when I say the following things. You ready to go?
Ready.
Okay. Skyline chili.
Eh.
Disgusting, right?
Yeah. Eh.
You can have spaghetti or you can have chili. You can't have both.
It's an acquired taste. It's just one of those things. I wasn't, Hey, it's great for the city. If you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna go get it, probably not.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you. You're not going to get it. You're not going to see that crap in Madison. PJ Fleck.
no, no words needed.
Totally unrelated to PJ Fleck. You ever seen the movie Titanic?
Absolutely.
Good, James Cameron. No spoilers to anyone who might be watching this, but Leonardo DiCaprio is in it, and Kate Winslet, and the incomparable Billy Zane, just doing
Yeah.
some of the best work of his career.
Yes. Some of
Okay,
the best.
yeah.
Besides the movie where he was in the mask, and what was that? The Phantom? What was it?
Oh, the Phantom. Yeah. That was like the 217th coolest superhero.
I think it
Let's
was
let's let's make a movie about
218.
that.
It was 218.
218.
218.
Look
Yes.
at you being sassy. I love it. Okay, here's another one. Nugenics.
Hilarious.
Yeah, Frank Thomas, man. I feel like I want to hire this guy. You could Doug Flutie. I feel like these guys could be doing better than that. Who knows? Boy, if you ever see me doing something like that, I could do Sherry advertising or something, or maybe Wine Island advertising. But I'm not going to. Maybe Spotted Cow, maybe Culver's. But you're not going to catch me doing that stuff. And they always these commercials. They're always walking by and they say, "Whoa!" It's these like 40-year-old women. Is that Frank Thomas, the White Sox superstar? I'm like, you don't know who that guy is. It's fine. I mean, you might have seen him. You might have seen him when your husband was watching the commercial before he bought his pills. But anyway, I digress. Okay, another one. Ohio State losing to Wisconsin this October.
Awesome.
Good, I love it. So basically what you're saying is you're predicting Wisconsin win over Ohio State. Is that what just happened here? Did I just get that? Luke's gonna say no, you didn't. Well, he does. Luke does that thing where he does his snaps. He goes, "No, you didn't." You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, finally, Jake Ferguson.
Stud.
Absolutely.
The greatest.
Yeah, the second best football player from the Alvarez family after his grandfather.
Some might debate maybe the best.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm the king of his fan club. I'm already buying up his ring of honor up in Canton. But jokes aside, he's gonna have a big year for the Cowboys this year. I'm telling you already. They got rid of that other bum that was playing ahead of him last year, and Jake is gonna show them what time it is, and it's gonna be Fergie time. I think is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm a Cowboy fan through and through. You know, one of my former guys that got to coach at Mississippi State, Dak Prescott, leading the way there. So pulling for those guys big time.
Oh well, I'm a Packer fan, so I say this: I root for the Cowboys, so I want Jake to do well. But when the Cowboys play the Packers, I want Jake to lay like 3 touchdowns on the Pack, but somehow have the Packers win. But I'm not sure how much we have to worry about the Packers winning this fall. We're gonna see how that's gonna go. Okay. Tell me one thing. We're on. We just started our descent here to use a plain analogy. Tell me one funny thing about Luke Fickell that my listeners don't know and won't get you fired.
One funny thing?
Something enjoyable. Something that the kids will be like, "Hey, I didn't know that about Luke. That's pretty funny."
Oh man, that's tough. You got me there. I don't know. That's tough. He's
okay. Is it because he has so many funny things? You don't want to have to just pick one funny thing. Okay.
It's hard to narrow down just one of the many numerous hilarious things that he does.
I saw that thing where he jumped in the pool with his clothes on. That was bananas. That was bananas. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never did that. Which game are you most looking forward to this season for the Badgers?
All of them. I mean, I know that's cliche, but all of them.
Yeah.
You know, but I would be remiss not to say the Minnesota game as well.
Yeah, I mentioned that on another podcast. I think it was with the Ruchis. I guess it was a 1 and 2 chance. I think it was the Ruchis. That everyone has very high expectations for this Badger team going forward, and that's understandable. And people are very excited. Let's beat Ohio State, and let's get the Big Ten championship, and let's try and make the college football playoff. Let's not forget about the Axe and the fact that PJ Fleck and the Gophers have won 2 consecutive years for the first time in a generation. I mean, there were I think 18, 19 years there where they didn't have the Axe once. So I'm with you. I think beating Minnesota it's late in the season, so our season will have largely happened by then. But that is a gigantic, important game, and to start that losing streak again for Minnesota is going to feel great.
It
It's
will.
just going to be wonderful, and making that crowd up in Minneapolis go quiet is just
Yeah.
it's a wonderful feeling. 2019 was the last time we did that up there, and it was just we just smacked down probably the best Minnesota team in a generation. I mean, Fleck actually did a good job with that one. They had some real studs on that team, a couple big time receivers, and uh, Tanner Morgan was only in his 9th year at that point,
Yeah.
but that was a hell of a game.
They must have clapped
Anyway,
really hard for their coach that year.
yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Um, Give me 2 breakout squatters this season for offense, defense, and kicker.
Squatters.
Hmm?
um,
Like who's gonna by the end of the season, who's gonna be doing those squats? And you're gonna be going, I remember you when you came in here and you were not doing this, and now it's December, and that boy has grown into a man. You become a butterfly. You've emerged from your chrysalis, and you're giving Braylon something to look at now. Who? Just give me some names there. People we need to look out for.
Let's see. I'm gonna throw the mailman out there, Riley Mallman. You know, I mean, being 6'7" and some change, to squat the way he is now when we first got here, unbelievable. So it's only gonna.
I wouldn't want to have to fight him for the last steak at training table. Let's just say that.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. And he's developed a lot of nasty to him, and really proud of him. He's gonna have a big year for us. Defensively, I'm going to go a young guy, young Jamel Howard. You know, just got to us and just a baby blossoming right before our eyes. He's just, taking off fast. Just going to continue to keep getting bigger and stronger and learning the ways. And the older guys are doing a great job taking care of him. And then kicker wise, I'm going to go with Atticus Bertrams, an Aussie from down under who has got a boom for a leg and a great work ethic. And, he's a little bit older than your average freshman, but he gets after it.
So he can buy the beer for the. I'm just kidding, not really. That's good. Yeah, by the way, you had a good accent there. That was a pretty good Australian accent. Where'd you pick that up? Are you doing some acting?
On the side, I like to do a little improv here and there, a little Michael Scott, if you could. But I would think probably
Michael Scott's your improv hero. I love it.
That's right. That's right. Probably from watching Crocodile Dundee.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a knife.
That's a knife.
See, the Don's got it too.
This is a knife.
Okay, rank these 3 things: a college football playoff title, your family, a perfectly executed clean and jerk.
Family, playoff title, clean and jerk.
Okay, but let's pretend that the family and the college football playoff title were not in there. You're a kind of guy who could get pretty excited about a perfectly executed clean and jerk. Am I right?
Maybe. Yeah, sure.
Okay, just making sure, man. I'd like to know where I stand. Well, this is great. Well, I know it's Friday night and there's a lot of fun things to do. What part of town you living in? You're in Wanakee, you said?
Yeah, we're up here in Wanakee. Yep.
That Wanakee nightlife on Friday, man. Let me just tell you, I'm not sure if you tasted that yet, but once you go to Wanakee, man, that the strip they have there, all those clubs and bars, and I think DJ Collins going to be in there this weekend. So I hope that, yeah. So maybe grab your wife and head on over there. And just I say the Dawn, and you'll get in all the clubs in Wanakee.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Fantastic. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is either going to be something you're really proud of or something you deeply regret, but it's going to be one of them, and that's okay. I'm totally fine with that. But I really appreciate your time, and we'll get this once I have my wife help me upload this. We'll let you know. We'll put it through the SID department. We'll let you know when it's up, though.
Awesome. Sounds great. No, it was an honor. Absolute honor to be here.
Yeah, I mean the honor was absolutely all yours, and I appreciate that. And let me know when you hear some music. Is there any music playing right now?
Not
That
yet.
was a test. That was a
Oh,
test.
there we go. Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. I
All
like that.
right. Well, have a great night, and we will talk to you soon. Scary Alvarez out.
See ya.